Tēnā koutou katoa. Tonight in your Thursday night news bulletin. 6 candidates have confirmed their nomination in the council by-election. Rotorua lawyer Annette Sykes will stand for the Mana Party in Waiariki, and the council will begin recruiting staff for CBD patrols. Those stories and more up next on City News. 6 candidates have been confirmed for the Rotorua district by-election to replace former councillor Jeff Kenny. Nominations closed at midday yesterday and nominations have been received from Bill Hedges, Cliff Lee, Brett Marvelly, Meripeka Raukawa-Tate, Victor Story and Diane Weston. Delivery of voting papers starts on Tuesday the 25th of October and special voting begins on Thursday the 3rd of November. Polling closes at 12 noon on Thursday the 17th of November. The electoral officers should announce preliminary results of the by-election later in the afternoon on polling day, with a formal declaration of final results to follow 5 days later on the 22nd of November. Rotorua lawyer Annette Sykes will officially launch her campaign as Mana Party candidate for the Waiariki electorate tomorrow. Annette Sykes says her campaign intends to lead the fight against welfare that punishes children, against greed that is rewarded by corporate payouts, against the damage to Papatuanuku by pollution and oil drilling, and against governments who fill the pockets of foreign companies at our expense. She says her stance will herald the dawning of a new age in advocating for tino rangatiratanga rights in the 21st century, which will empower the poor, the powerless and the dispossessed. The official launch of Annette Sykes' Waiariki campaign is tomorrow, starting at 1:30 p.m. at Otara Marae, Lake Rotoiti. Rotorua Chamber of Commerce CEO Roger Gordon says the Rugby World Cup is providing a much needed economic boost to the city, but that the benefits are not yet being felt across all sectors. Recent reports have put Rotorua at the top of in terms of Rugby World Cup visitors and their spending. Roger Gordon agrees, but says some sectors are a little disappointed with the bottom line so far.
Yeah, I think it's been patchy. I think there are certain sectors of business that have really benefited, and certainly in Rotorua, you know, this last weekend was Party Central, and I think food and beverage really benefited. Certainly from what I hear, the party went on until early in the morning, and I've got to make sure you understand that I was not there. But so I think that's done well. I think what I'm hearing is that some of the attractions now have also started to feel some positive impact. I hear that there were over 500 rafters taking advantage of that particular attraction, and that's a fair number at this time of year. But I think there are also those areas that maybe haven't had the benefit that they thought. Certainly, I think the motels are a little bit disappointed.
Roger Gordon says that now that the pool play is ending, he expects many more visitors to come to Rotorua and indulge in all we have to offer. Rotorua District Council is about to begin recruiting staff for the Rotorua CBD Patrols project, which will boost security and public safety in the city centre. The Council's Corporate and Customer Services Committee has approved $100,000 towards CBD patrols for the 2011-2012 year, which will start in December and run until at least June 2012. Rotorua District Council Community Safety Projects Officer Amy Duckett says she's pleased that the Council has given the green light to the increased patrols in the CBD, as it was an issue of some concern to Rotorua residents. Mrs Duckett says the CBD patrols will operate 7 days a week and will run in close liaison with local police. She says the patrols will be highly visible and staff well trained and approachable, and they'll act as a deterrent to troublesome or illegal behaviour. The patrollers will also be available to answer queries from members of the public and visitors to town. And the $100,000 council funding will be boosted by a $57,000 contribution from Ministry of Justice to enable the project to go ahead for the 2011-2012 year. The council will also be discussing whether the CBD patrols could be funded beyond that time, and will be subject to a future report and consideration as part of the next Rotorua District Council long-term plan. In sport tonight, rugby league fans across the country are gearing up for the Warriors NRL Grand Final this weekend against Manly. Thousands of Warriors fans are heading across the ditch to hopefully see their team bring home the title for the first time. Air New Zealand has put on special charter flights to cope with demand, and Rotorua's Saturday flight to Sydney is also fully booked. Upper Central Rugby League manager Marcus Reynolds says the Warriors making the final is a great boost to the profile of the game.
It's huge, because it lifts the profile, and like you said, the fact that rugby league can get some media time during a Rugby World Cup is massive, and it drives people towards the sport, and it gives it that little bit of legitimacy across every household in New Zealand. If the Warriors are successful, let's hope they are. We will be the world champions, the Four Nations champions, and the NRL champions all at the same time.
And Rotorua's own Elizabeth Marvelly has been chosen to sing the national anthem for the Warriors at the NRL Telstra Premiership Grand Final this weekend. The 22-year-old says she is honoured to be asked by the Warriors to sing for them on Sunday, and she says the fire and passion of the team and all of their supporters is incredibly inspiring, and she will do her best to sing it out loud for the team. Go the Warriors! To your weather forecast, Rotorua tonight. Fine easterlies overnight, a low of 5. Tomorrow Friday, partly cloudy, easterlies, a high of 16 and low of 6. Long range through to Saturday, becoming cloudy, rain developing, northeasterlies, a high of 13 and low of 9. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Friday, easterly 15 knots, waves less than half a metre, fine and cloudy periods. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Still to come in tonight's program, lawyer and activist Paul Blair talks about proposed changes to the welfare system. We take a look back at last week's successful Backing Black event, but after the break I'm in the studio with two lovely ladies who have captured some beautiful memories in a new book called Remembering, a Mosaic of Memories.